Ooh! It is your witchy friend Grace from Small Worlds Big Adventures with a little Spooktober announcement before our review of the spooky game Illuminati. This week and next week, we will be giving away a game from our personal collection. This week's winner is Stephen Cole 9064. We will be sending him our copy of Alice is Missing. If you want a chance to win, this week's game is Forbidden Island, a razor-edge cooperative game about hunting for treasures on a sinking island. To qualify, you must live in the United States and comment on at least one video this week, October 15th through the 21st. We will then randomly choose a winner from the comments. Also, everyone who comments through the month from the 1st to the 30th will be entered for a brand new copy of Horrified, a maddening cooperative board game with iconic monsters. We'll announce the winner by commenting on one of the person's comments and announce on each Sunday's video, like this one, who has won. The more videos you comment on, the greater your chance to win, so let us know your thoughts on each game. Hi, I'm Gracie and this is Scott, and we're with Small Worlds Big Adventures, growing community through gaming. And today we're going to review Illuminati.
Illuminati is a game for 2 to 6 players. It plays, depending on how many players you have, between 1 and 3 hours. It's about $40 on Amazon currently. Set up, tear down about 5 minutes, pretty quick. The game is about having a central conspiracy card that is trying to take over other group cards until you have a big enough conspiracy that you win the game.
Yeah, and each one has its own unique little mission.
Yep.
So
some of the cards have different powers and different abilities and things like
that. Yeah. I am not a conspiracy person whatsoever. If you're like, oh, what about this? Unless it's Taylor Swift, she's crafty. But I'm curious, what is your favorite conspiracy or most interesting conspiracy you've heard of?
Answer down below.
I'm asking you.
Oh, my favorite current conspiracy, if you call it favorite, I suppose, is probably the flat Earth stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because it is so ridiculous. Sorry if you believe in flat Earth.
If you do, comment below why you think Scott's wrong. My favorite Taylor Swift conspiracy right now is she's been re-releasing her videos or her albums, and all she has left now is her name and her reputation for original debut and then the Reputation album. And I'm like, God, I fucking hope that's true that she planned it that way. But I'm curious what your favorite conspiracy is. Go ahead, drop it below or argue with us.
Sure.
When we review games, we have a 5-point scale. It goes from terrible, bad, mixed, good to excellent. And to kick it off, we're going to talk about player agency. I say good. Each round, you get some monies. You can recruit people using those monies, hopefully. You kind of have to versus their power and things like that. And you have full ability to decide who you go after and all that. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I rated this excellent. I kind of waffled back and forth a little bit between good and excellent. You have a central pool of unowned groups, pretty much every turn that you can grab from, but you also get to attack the other people's groups of conspiracies. Yeah. And even in doing that, you can try and take their groups, you can try and destroy their groups, you can try and let their groups free, you can get groups that are further in the conspiracy, and if you get them, then that will either take or free anything that they control. You can even destroy, for instance, destroy groups in your own conspiracy if you want to do that. You have pretty much and you can get special ability cards that you do some other weird things. So you have a pretty wide range of things you can do pretty much every turn.
Yeah. Mechanics wise, I think it's good. Pretty much all the stuff you just listed. The dynamics play well as far as both the money aspect and the battling aspect and how all that feeds together.
Yeah, I also said good. A good example is a powerful group that you would want in your conspiracy is also hard to get because they are powerful. Then once you get them, then that power is part of your conspiracy and something you put to use. If it's a group that doesn't have much power, it's real easy to get them, but then they're not generally as useful.
Yep.
So the mechanics work well. The money gets to be used in attacks and defense. You get to roll dice for this game. That tells you whether or not you succeed. The mechanics are good.
Yeah. Components wise, you said good. I said mixed. For me, it's just a card deck for the most part. You know, the version we have is an older version. They're not, like, in my opinion, the best cards. They're fine. Like, it's not good. It's fine. Like, it's
I did say good. This is another one where I kind of was on the fence between mixed and good. It is basically just a deck of cards, and then there's almost like little poker chips that represent the money. And that's in the version that we've got. We don't have the most recent. Our version is literally
the original,
20 years old. Well, it's not this one. The one we played isn't the original.
No, you're right.
That one was second or third edition, but the game's been reprinted a number of times and done a bunch of different ways. I still say the components are good, but the art is dated. The cards are
actually, like, I'm okay with the art, like, for what it is. Like, it has this, like, I don't know, make it yourself website feel,
like
art
early
to
90s.
it. Oh God, those poker chips were awful.
The poker chips aren't great. Functional is maybe the better the better rating for this. It functions.
Theming is good. For me, at least. I think you also said good.
I also said good.
If you are any little bit aware of conspiracies, like, it very much has that vibe of, like, you have this big arching group and the people are buying into it. It's fun, the little, like, themed groups, because you have things like the CIA.
It literally could be UFOs control the CIA, which in turn controls both local PTAs and the Boy Scouts.
So, like, those dynamics are really fun. And then, like, the information on the cards, like, plays well into it. So it's good. It's if you find conspiracies kind of cutesy, quirky around this, you'll like this theming. Enjoyability, I said good. You said mixed. Reason I said good is one, mostly when we play, we're not very antagonistic towards each other, which I don't tend to like to be antagonistic. But the whole concept of recruiting and, like, building out your conspiracy army, I enjoy.
Yeah, this game is definitely a head-to-head kind of game, and if you're not antagonistic, there's a good chance you're going to lose. Unless you're a little bit luckier, nobody's paying attention to what you're doing. And that's kind of why I said mixed too. Is when I was a teenager, I enjoyed this a lot more than I do now. I've moved away from the kind of head-to-head antagonistic types of games in general. Also, the game style of this kind of feels dated compared to some of the more modern games. It plays a little bit slow, especially if somebody is slow on their turn. And, like, the gameplay doesn't really mix up from the beginning to the end, which, isn't terrible. A lot of games don't, but a lot of games get a little more intense stuff towards the end, and this kind of doesn't. So mixed.
At least when we play, it's all of a sudden, oh, you won? Okay.
Yeah, it's a game that I enjoyed a lot more when I was younger, and less so now.
As final thoughts go, it is a little dated. Again, there is a newer version. But some of the cards could be perceived as biased or supporting prejudice stereotypes. So there is that. But in general, it's just, like, a fun, lighthearted game. And then, like, the way it is slow and whatnot, but, like, if you're not wanting to engage a whole bunch, but wanting to be social, like, this is a game where you could be swiping on your phone until it's your turn, or talking to someone else until it's your turn. So it's slow, but there's a moment for that type of game.
Yeah. My final thought, it's a cute theme. The conspiracies kind of building into each other is a cute thing to play. It's fairly simple once you kind of explain and see what's going on. There's really not, it's not that complex.
It's not. I do feel like we're, like, a lot of games you need a round. You almost need a game for this one.
And that's fair. The randomness of the dice can be a problem. You almost literally lost the game because you couldn't do anything for 3 turns.
Yeah.
And then you were kind of so far behind the 8 ball at that point that it was I mean, you didn't win, but like
No.
it would have been hard for you to come back from that.
For real.
And that was pretty much straight up due to the dice.
Dice rolls.
Dice rolls.
Yeah. If you like the game Hackers,
which is a game you've not played.
I have not played.
Thematically, it plays really similar to this, where you've got instead of you creating a mix of cards on your side, a central internet is created slowly, and you have to hack into the stuff and control the computers. We'll do that at some point.
That sounds good. But it's made by the same people, I think you said.
Yep, Steve Jackson Games, which is a great game company.
Oh, good. What else do they make?
Car Wars, I believe. I'm not sure. Recently, they just put out their advertising because they were at Gen Con, and they're at something else now. I see them on TikTok frequently. I forget. They just put out something, but I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, goes to show what a baby gamer I still am in a lot of ways. If you like Let's Summon Demons, in the sense that you are recruiting kids to sacrifice, and in this you are recruiting people to use your devices, then you'll probably like this game. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to hear more board game reviews, see walkthroughs of different board games, hear gamekeeper tips, or other board game related content, go ahead and subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified next time we upload a video. If there's nothing else, we'll see you next time.